Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Santina. I retired in April of 2025 and now travel the US full-time in my Ford Transit 250 no-build. There's the Tuckerton Lighthouse. Bartlett Lane. I've arrived at Tuckerton Seaport, which has the lighthouse that's called Tucker's Island, which is down there and you can't see it, but obviously I'll walk and look at it. Big parking lot, that's for sure. No overnight parking, but I doubt that I'll get away with staying here tonight. But this is a small town, and every time I go into a big city like Atlantic City, I realize how much I really appreciate a small town. It's easy. The traffic is easy. The shopping is easy. The finding things is easier. There's just an ease to a small town, and I don't feel discombobulated like I do in a big city. And I feel very safe in a small town, and not necessarily in a big city. So I'm gonna go into the Seaport gift shop and look at the lighthouse. It is still raining, unfortunately, but I feel that I'm probably going to be sleeping here tonight. I'm sure I'll find some kind of out of the way parking in a residential area, and I'll show it to you when I find it later. Crab pot? It's huge. That's just the flagpole dedication. Guidebook. Clear track is empty. Someone actually caught it. The falling of the lighthouse into whatever the body of water was. Tucker's Island Lighthouse falls into the sea. Wow. Privately owned photographs. So this is a small New Jersey town, I believe, called Egg Harbor. This is not where the original Tucker's Inlet lighthouse was. Oh, it does say Tuckerton. I'm so confused. They made a reproduction of it. Used to be a lighthouse on Long Beach Island, which I'm not sure if Egg Harbor and Tuckerton is on Long Beach Island or not. I'm gonna ask. I have a map. Hopefully she'll be able to point out to me the original location as well as the existing location of the reproduction. The original, as you saw, fell into the sea? Inlet? I don't know. There's no history written up anywhere that I found. I'm gonna ask her. Chicken. Slightly raining. That's okay. All right, so the original lighthouse used to be on Long Beach Island, and it fell into the sea, and it was on the ocean. And then they built the reproduction here in Tuckerton, New Jersey. And it's such a cute little place. It's a little seaport. You can walk around. Very welcoming, as you can see. A little museum buildings. This one is a seafood market. You know, you can just walk in. It's a self-tour thing. About the waterman industry, which my family is, one side of my family is well versed in. But it's cute because for the kids, you can try on the foul weather gear. It's just well done. Like tic-tac-toe. Things about the fishermen. I'm not so interested in the seaport. This is a little different than the Mystic Seaport. This is, you know, a lot smaller, and their stuff is a little bit more dilapidated. But they're trying to do a decent job. Yeah, I don't know. There's unable to connect to a network TV in there. Can't watch that movie. think it's closed today because they had a problem with the alarm system, is what she said. I don't know what it's, I guess it's supposed to be a hotel. I don't know. Surf museum. Museum about surfing. Yeah. This is also part of the seaport. I'm not quite sure what it is or whether I can go in. I don't want to trespass. I guess it's not part of the seaport if it's outside of this little entry fee part. Oh, it's getting slippery down here. Great place for really young kids. And parents. Like a little bit of best of both worlds, right? If you have boats, this is a nice place to keep them. They're calm, quiet. Must have a good draft for, that's probably like a 20-footer over there. 20-foot length sailboat, not 20-foot draft. You're probably not gonna be able to see it even if I zoom in. But this water is teeming with fish. Oh yes, you can see them. I mean teeming. Look at that. I mean, they've got some interesting exhibits, but they're all in pretty rough shape. But the water is just so cool. Here comes a tour boat coming in. I don't even know what kind of boat that is. Huh. Like a houseboat or pontoon? I mean, it's on two pontoons, I guess. Catamaran. So, kind of like, what was the brewing company's place? Oh my, I just went there 2 days ago. What was that called? The little village that they transported old buildings to. Oh, I can't think of the name. You know, the village where I went to the brewery later after touring the village and getting a cookie. It looks like they just acquire things and plop them on here. I guess with the hope that they'll eventually restore it. I think this is probably private property. Nothing said private property, but I'm going to turn around and go back. Anyway, I think it's a big work in progress. Really cute place to bring young kids, I think, because there's lots of things for them to crawl on. But you also have to be careful about things like this, where, you know, the railing and the water. But that small kind of place to explore with young children. Is it for adults? Mildly. You know, it's a reproduction lighthouse. It's not in the original location. It does have good museum interpretation of the whole history of the lighthouse. But all these little buildings with all the different types of waterman jobs and things like that. If you didn't know anything about watermen, I guess it would be a good introduction to it, but it's very rudimentary, very basic. That's why it's really good for kids, but adults, yeah, it's quaint, but it's not the same depth and quality as Mystic Seaport, which is, you know, it's a shipbuilding seaport. This is a seaport because it's got water. And some people live on here and have boats. But this is not a seaport in terms of, it's not commercial waterway. So, it's cute. It's worth walking around on a non-rainy day, which unfortunately today is not. I'm not getting that drenched. All right, here's the sea. Here's the lighthouse one more time from a distance. Now the hardest part, figuring out what to do next. Probably just find some place where I can open up my slider and quietly, you know, just relax, read my book, maybe play my guitar. I haven't done that this whole trip. Make more funny faces? I don't know. This is a real ferry to Long Beach Island. So I have to change my statement. It's a real seaport because I have a real ferry. Usually when I get to a town, I can either find spots right away, like in Cape May, and just drive around and you're like, oh, I can park there. Oh, I can park there overnight. And it's really easy and obvious, in my opinion, anyway. Or it's not so easy and obvious, in which case using the satellite view on Google Maps is really helpful. And so Tuckerton is one of those towns where when I was driving here, it wasn't obvious where I could park overnight So in the parking lot of the lighthouse, I just did the Google Maps satellite view and noticed that there aren't shoulders on the roads in the residential areas. So there's no place to park on the street in the town itself. It's tiny, tiny little town. I did find a medical center, which might be open 24/7. It has a big parking lot, which I doubt has any kind of security. So that might be an option. There was a brewery or a restaurant actually named Doyle's. I think that was the one that was open until 2 a.m., but obviously then I can't stay there past that time. And then the only other thing that I found was this Tuckerton Public Bulkhead and Parking, it was called. Tuckerton Public Bulkhead and Parking. Let me show it to you.